Hello everyone, Chris with Remax Heritage Professionals. We are here actually early December. I'm doing this a week late, partially due to the Thanksgiving holiday. Excuse me, but I also had to take care of my mother, who's 86. She had a minor procedure done, and I was the person that needed to take care of her because there's really no minor procedures when you're 86. But I am here now, and it's time to get into the numbers. This is for Winter Haven, Florida for October 2025. We saw 84 closed sales. That's compared to 93 a year ago. That's a decrease of 9.7%. Cash sales as a percentage of closed sales, 17.9% of all sales were cash sales compared to 19.4% a year ago. That's a decrease of 7.7%. The median sales price in Winter Haven, $285,370. That's compared to $295,000 a year ago. That's a decrease of 3.3%. The average sales price, $289,510. That's compared to $308,455. That's a decrease of 6.1%. So both average and median sales prices went down in Winter Haven. Good news for home buyers, not so good news for home sellers. Median percent of original list price, sellers are receiving 95.6% of list price compared to 96.6% a year ago, a decrease of 1%. Median time to contract, so from listing to going under contract, 54 days compared to 40 days a year ago. That's an increase of 35%. So it's taking significantly longer this year than a year ago for a home to go under contract. Median time to sale or closing, 101 days compared to 83 days a year ago. That's an increase of 21.7%. New pending sales, 78 new pending sales compared to 77 a year ago. That's an increase of 1.3%. New listings, 118 new listings compared to 108 a year ago. That's an increase of 9.3%. Pending inventory, 92 pending compared to 98 a year ago. That's a decrease of 6.1%. Active inventory, 413 homes are active in Winter Haven compared to 413 a year ago. So absolutely no change. And then month supply of inventory, 5.0 month supply of inventory this year compared to 5.1 month supply of inventory a year ago. So we actually saw a slight decrease in the month supply of inventory, meaning we've actually moved towards a stronger seller's market, which, if you believe the other numbers, doesn't necessarily make sense, but we'll talk a little bit more about what all of this means for you, whether you're buying or selling or owning a home in Winter Haven, in just a few minutes. So as I alluded to in the when we were going over the numbers, we did see prices drop in October 2025 over a year ago, October 2024. If you look at the average and the median, anywhere between 2.5% to 6%. And it's not a huge drop, but if you are a home seller, that is significant. And it's something you have to keep in mind when you're pricing your home. If you do need to sell your home, you cannot base it on what the home was worth a year ago. You have to base it on what the home is worth now. And unfortunately for you, it's worth less now than it was a year ago. So if you were waiting for the market to shift, it didn't really shift in your favor as a home seller. Again, it's not a significant drop, but depending on how long you've been in your home, that could have a significant impact on what you can get for your home and how much you'll walk away with. If you only bought the home a couple years ago, you know, my advice to you is probably to go ahead and stay in your home and not sell if you can help it. If, however, you have a job transfer or something's changed in your life that's necessitating a move and then therefore selling your home, just be aware that you're probably not going to walk away with very much, if anything, and hopefully we can just break even. If you're a home buyer, now is really a good time to look at purchasing a home. Both resales and new construction, you can get deals right now. Again, prices have dropped. Interest rates are between 6.25% and 6.5%. So they're not horrible. Yeah, they're probably not as low as you want, but the lower those interest rates go, the higher prices are going to go, because more buyers are going to come into the market, which means that your month supply of inventory is going to go down, and it's going to be a stronger seller's market. So, right now, timing wise, might be actually your best time to potentially purchase. Again, builders are offering all kinds of incentives. They're offering interest rate buy downs into the 3s and 4s and 5s, depending on the builder. Some are just 2-year, 3-year buy downs. Some are permanent buy downs. If you can find one that's a permanent buy down, that's really a good deal. They're also usually paying your closing costs. So, and some of them are including all the appliances. It just varies on builder. If you are interested in new construction, please reach out. I can help you navigate what the options are and what incentives the builders are offering. If you're looking to sell, more important than ever is pricing it right, making sure that the home is move-in ready, take care of minor repairs. A fresh paint job inside wouldn't hurt, a declutter, stage. All those things can help you maximize what you will get for your home. I don't recommend investing a lot in upgrades. So now's not the time, if you're about to sell, to redo your kitchen unless it's really, really outdated, because you may not update it to something that the new buyer would potentially want. I sold a home in Bartow, very nice home. I actually had 2 homes on the property, and the kitchen was a little outdated because it had green Corian countertops. It was a farmhouse, so it sort of fit, but my sellers asked me if I thought they should change out the countertops, and I said no, I don't think it's worth it. There's no guarantee you'll pick something the next buyer would want, and you're going to be out that money, and it may not gain you what you think it will in terms of offers. That home sold in about a month and a half. It's well above the median price in Polk County, so that's actually a very quick turnaround, a quick sale for a home at that price point. If you are thinking of selling, I encourage you to meet with a realtor, hopefully me, to talk about what you need to do to get your home ready, to talk to you about what they think your home can actually get in today's market, so you can decide if it's right for you. One thing about me is I'm not going to come in here into your home and try to force you to sell. I'm not going to try to force you to list with me. Obviously, I want you to list with me. That's why I'm there. But if it's not in your best interest to sell at this time, I will tell you that. I have several sellers right now that are waiting. They're waiting. We're watching the market in their particular neighborhood, trying to identify when's a good time for them to list the home to get what they need to get out of the home. If you can afford to wait, that's the strategy. If you need to sell, then your strategy has to be to price it right so that it moves quickly. Obviously, there are limits to that. If you've been in the home for 2 years, there's only so much equity you probably have, and so you don't want to sell. You don't want a short sale if you don't have to. You don't want, certainly don't want a foreclosure. We are seeing an increase of foreclosures in our area, so that's some added competition if you're a resale and even for new construction. But it's not 2008. It's not 2007. That's not the market we're in. There's a lot of pent-up demand that is going to flood the market when the economy stabilizes and or interest rates go down. And so that's kind of what we're watching. We did see market activity pick up this October over last October. Not a lot, but it did pick up, which is good. Last year was actually the slowest year on record for real estate in terms of number of closings, when you correct for the increase of population. So it has been a slow real estate market for the last year or so. Many expect 2026 to recover and pick back up. You will also see a lot of agents that no longer are real estate agents. It's been a tough market, so if you know of an agent that's still out there producing, congratulate them, because it probably means they're doing a pretty good job. It is a tough market, and this is a market where only the strong survive. So I hope this information is helpful to you. As always, if I can help you or someone you know buy or sell a home in Central Florida, please reach out to me. I'd love to help. Remember, you can't mess with Chris. Have a great day, everybody.